Hey guys, what's up y'all? It's your boy Nicholas here, back again with another exclusive red pill, black pill video. Part 4 of 4, and yep, I could do the video all in one part because apparently 1, the video was getting too long, 2, was because of fucking camera storage issues. And 3, if I just made it all into one big video, then the video will be over an hour long, and the video will probably be 2 fucking hours long. So then I had to make the videos in parts, and I had to make the videos in segments, so I could probably be able to explain without it being all in one video. I'm going to take off my sweater, and I'm going to take off my shit, so I could actually fucking talk after this fucking long, depressing Saturday. Alright guys, so I'm gonna sit down and talk. I'm trying to find a spot that doesn't have bird shit. So yeah. So in this part, I was going to talk about sequence 9, like I promised in part 1 or 2. So like in part 1 or 2, I promised I was going to talk about sequence 9, how this came to be, and all this other stuff. So yeah. So, yeah, it's like once the world ended in 2012, we were put into a placeholder realm called sequence 9. AKA sequence 0. And we were there and put there because 1, for those who didn't stay awake, they were the ones who were to be left behind. And those are considered to be the tribulation saints. We are technically tribulation saints. Not like the Bible says, not like the Bible version, not like the Christian version, not like what you Christians think. We are tribulation saints if you like it or not. We are all tribulation saints. And we are already in the coming of a great tribulation. Like it or hate it or not, we are already in the great tribulation, whether you like it or not. And I'm probably going to go for a little ride. I'll probably leave my helmet here because I'm only going to go like 5-10 miles an hour anyways. But yeah, you know, we are in a hell realm full of demons. And y'all could bitch and complain, say, oh, it's not a hell realm, and you could say all that all you want. But it doesn't matter, because you're not going to win. Because no one ever wins in this realm. No one ever wins. And it's true. Because no one ever does win. And it's factual. And then besides that, no one ever wins. You know, it's fucking crazy. Because, you know, truth be said and truth be told, we are in a realm full of demons. And the world ended in 2012. And like I was saying about the AI simulation, hold on, I want to make sure my tires are alright, because I felt something weird going on with the tires, so I was just testing to see if the tires were working. So let's see. I'm just gonna pull over and stop. Okay, looks like that tire looks fine. Looks like that tire's fine. I'll do the back one first, make sure nothing's punctured or anything. Alright. Looks like it's fine, looks like it's fine, looks like it's fine, looks like it's fine. Trying to make sure my right tire is fine. Because the scooter did accidentally fall over before I started recording, so doesn't look like it's been damaged or anything. And now we're going to go to the front tire to make sure that's not damaged. Doesn't look like it's damaged, because I don't want to accidentally ruin this scooter. Because, yeah, apparently the stupid physics of this realm said to knock this thing over. Which sucks. But yeah. Okay, let's just get back on the thing and continue going. But yeah, guys, it doesn't matter, because we're not gonna win. And we're never gonna win in this realm. Like, we're never gonna win in this realm, guys. And it's true. Because we're never going to win. It says we're never going to win. We are already going to have to suffer through this tribulation anyways. And oh yeah, this isn't going to be for those who don't believe in Jesus. Like, you know, it doesn't matter. Because, you know, by believing in Jesus, you're already going to the reincarnation soul trap anyway. So, believe in Jesus or not, you're still going to be left behind. Because they're all evil, guys. They are all evil. And you could, and yeah, it's like, you know, it proves that we are in a realm full of demons. Like, yeah, guys, it literally proves that we are literally in a realm full of demons. And I don't know how to explain this to you. And I don't know how to explain this to you guys, but most of y'all don't want to listen. I'm not talking to those that are saved. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to those that still think it's all going to be love and light. And then besides those that still think, oh, it's all going to be love and light and shit, then they're going to be the ones getting a rude awakening. They're going to realize that what they believed in all along was not gonna happen. And yeah, you're not gonna win. Because you're not gonna win at the game called life. You're not gonna be able to win this game. And then besides not being able to win at the game called life, you're still gonna suffer. You're still gonna be a tribulation saint. And even since the world ended in 2012, you know, you're still gonna basically be like, I don't know, you're still gonna suffer. Because truth be said and truth be told, you know, that's what's just gonna happen. And I know that with the, you could say, hold on, I don't know if I saw a coin on the ground. But with this new, you could say, AI universe that is coming to this realm, everyone is going to have to become one with AI eventually. And that is a part of the trap. Because, you know, nothing really good happens in this realm. And truth be said and truth be told is that nothing actually good happens in this realm. And it's sucky. There's nothing. Hold on. Because, yeah, nothing actually good happens in this realm. And, yeah, it's literally true. But yeah, guys, I'm just going back to my spot. And I told y'all. Like, I told y'all. But still, some of y'all hadn't listened. And then you still think it's all love and light. Like, you still think it's cool. But no, in the heck it's not. Because it's not even cool. And it's not even meant to be cool. Because, you know, we are in a realm full of demons. And yet, you know, once this merging of AI and this oneness into AI happens with the oneness deception, you either have two options. You can either, one, become one with AI and go into the AI universe and go into the AI realms, Google VEO3, or you can check out of society and you can drop out of society and then you can leave the Matrix. Those are going to be your only two options. Or option 3 is that you can wake up and you can try and go back to 2012 or 2019. But I don't think going back to 2012 or 2019 is going to be an option. Because I think waking up and going back to the real world is not going to be an option. Because the analog horror videos said that the world ended in 2019. But then, since you got the analog horror videos that said the world was going to end in 2019, you had the analog horror videos saying that the world was going to end in 2019. And then besides that, you know, I'm like, you know, I'm like, come on, guys. Like, I know, this is like crazy shit. But, you know, I don't even think waking up is even an option. Because I think that waking up is also, like, not a decision. And yeah, it's like, you know, I don't know, it's like not even a real choice. Because I'm like, how are you going to wake up? How are you going to end up back in the real world? How are you going to end up back on the real Earth if it got destroyed at the end of 2012? You can't. You can't go back to it. Unless by some rare chance that you can go back to 2012, or maybe go to a similar reality, kind of like 2012 in some way, or maybe you can go back to some alternate reality, maybe not the exact one that got destroyed by CERN, but, you know, you can go back to a similar 2012-like reality, but I don't even think that's going to be the option. Because like it or hate it, I don't even think that's going to be the option. Because, you know, like, you know, you only got a few options. And the only options you got are, you either become one with AI, and you either merge with it, Or you leave the Matrix, check out of society, and leave this world. And it's going to get to a point where every day is going to become worse than the last. Because you may think it's bad right now, but it's going to get much worse. Like, what you're seeing is not going to be as bad as right now. Because, it is going to get worse. Like, it's going to get much, much, much worse. And when that happens, there is no escape. There's no escape from what's coming. And this is why, I'm like, you gotta listen. Because, I've been doing these red pill videos for a year now. And I got a message that I needed to make these videos. Like, I got a message that I needed to make these videos. Because I think spiritually I was told that I needed to make these videos. And this YouTuber woke me up to make these types of videos. And since this YouTuber was gonna wake me up and make those videos, I actually discovered this guy named Mari Films. He made a video about how life is depressing, how life is bullshit. And then I discovered other channels like that Asian guy who made a video about why life is depressing. And then I discovered other channels like Pointless Rat Race, Born in a Corrupt 9 to 5, Tragic Reality, The Prison Called Life, Benedict the Truth, Truth Tiger, El Diablo International, Sanity Machine, and probably many, 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 many more. And I was discovering more about the reincarnation trick, aka the reincarnation soul trap, aka the processing center. And I'm like, something ain't adding up here. And then, it's like once you put the puzzle pieces together, you realize, okay, you're in a hell realm, you're in a spiritual prison, God is evil, Jesus is evil, and then you realize that Enki and Marduk are the ones that are controlling this shit. And then you have Saturn, and then you have the serpent, like you have the Saturn and the serpent, and then you got the moon matrix, and then you're going more into it. Like, you're going deeper into it. Like, you're going more into it. You're going deeper into it. Like, you're diving deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into this. Because, once you learn about Saturn and the serpent and the matrix and the hell realm, you're diving deeper into this concept. And it's not getting better and better and better, because it's only getting worse and worse and worse. And then just to let you know that everything is pre-game. Like, everything is pre-game and everything is planned. Because like it or hate it, everything has been planned for a long time. And there's like many alternate realities that are paralleling this reality, like this one. And if option 3, the unusual option, was available, we wake up back in 2012 like nothing happened. And if we were in fake years, like if we were in a fake 2013, a fake 2014, a fake 2015, a fake 2016, and if any year after 2012 were fake, so say if we were in a fake 12 years, okay? So say we were in fake 12 years, okay? Fake 12 years, okay? So say if the last 12 years were fake, okay? Fake 2013, fake 2014, fake 2015, fake 2016, fake 2017, fake 2018, fake 2019, fake 2020, fake 2021, fake 2022, fake 2023, fake 2024, and fake 2025. Because think about it, man. We are in a fake year. And 2025 is not real. 2025 is not a real year. The last real year was 2012. And it's been 13 metaphor minutes since 2012. And this is why you see that people are acting weird. This is why you see that people in society are acting up. And this is why, if you can use your spiritual sense, you can use your spiritual energy, your spiritual sense, and if you can use your spirit and your soul or your Isby, or whatever you want to call it, your Atman, whatever, you got to use your spiritual sense, your real spiritual sense, not this new age crap, to actually realize what's going on in this realm. Because half the shit they show you on TV is not real. Half the shit you see on ABC is not real. Half the shit you see on Fox is not real. Half the shit you see on TV is not real. And I want to let you know it's all fake. Most of it is fake. It's all CGI. It's all AI. It's all fake. It's all corrupt. It's all garbage. And then they can put on a stage and they can put on a show saying, oh, this person died, or this is going on in this country or that country. And they want you to look over there instead of looking where you need to look. Because they don't want you to ever find out the truth. And this is why, it's like, they want to keep you trapped. They want to keep you trapped. And they want to keep you in hell realm forever. Because we are in a realm full of demons. We are in a spiritual prison. And everything is not as it seems, because it's all political theater. It's all for show. It's all political theater. And hold on, I don't know if I lost something, but... It's all, and it's not like what you think. Because once you realize the truth, and once you realize that, oh, we're in a hell realm, and once you realize this is actually a spiritual prison in a realm full of demons, you're gonna find out that it's a hell realm. And once you find out that it's a hell realm, then... yeah, and this is why, it doesn't matter, because everything is pre-planned. Because like it or hate it, we definitely are in a realm full of demons. And we definitely are in a spiritual prison. And if the 2012 Mayan disaster didn't happen, I'm going to talk about if the world didn't end in 2012. Then where will we be as a collective consciousness? We will still be on Earth right now. If the world didn't end in 2012, we will still be on Earth right now. But we're not on Earth anymore because Earth ended 13 years ago. Which means we are on this placeholder realm called Sequence 9, Sequence 0. And since we are in Sequence 9, Sequence 0... we are in a placeholder. We are in a placeholder. We are waiting in purgatory. Purgatory is not what the Bible describes it as. Purgatory is not what religion describes it as. Purgatory looks exactly like the place you came from before you died. Like purgatory looks exactly like the place you were at before you died. And once your consciousness goes to purgatory, you are in a holding cell. You are in a spiritual prison. You are spiritually grounded. You are trapped. And there is no escape. Which you're in a purgatory like planet Earth. You will still be able to grow. Your body will still be able to grow. Your body will still be able to age and develop. You will still get old. Your body will still decay and shut down. You will still get sick. You will still get disease. But, you know, it's different. I mean, it's pretty similar to Earth Sequence 9, Sequence 0, but, you know, still. Because if we were still on Earth right now, then that stop island right there would still actually be here right now. And then the local townsfolk will tell you, oh, that has always been there. Because you see that stop sign right there, right? They'll tell you that stop island never existed there. They'll tell you, oh, it's always been like that. And they'll tell you stories that, oh, back in 2006, when I used to live here, just to let you know, I'm not telling you exactly where I live, because that's private information. Because I'm not telling you exactly where I live, because I'm not doxing my information. Because I'm not telling you exactly where I live, because that's private. But people in this town will say, oh, there was never a stop island there. And since people would say, oh, there was never a stop island there, they'll tell you, oh, the road has always been like this. There was always one stop sign here. And they'll tell you that because they don't want you to know the truth about the old Earth. Because we can go to the stop island right now. Like, we can go right here. Right here. Let me just park. Okay. This is where the stop island was. Okay. We are in the pinpoint. Okay. Stop sign was here. The stop island was there. Or let's make it a little more accurate. I think it was a little more towards here. Okay? So this is how the world used to look back then. The stop sign was right here. And then the stop island was right there. Stop sign. Stop island. Stop sign. Stop island. End of the road. Right here. And see, that's how it would look like. Which is how exactly it looked back then. And then, if we were still on Earth, and it looks like someone's cat is out. Looks like someone's cat is on the loose. Looks like a little kitten. Hey, what are you doing, buddy? Apparently someone's cat is on the loose. Hopefully that's not like, hey, hold on. I gotta stop some crime. Hold on. I don't know. Hold on. I gotta stop some animal. Hey, buddy. I don't know if that's like a wild cat. Damn. What the fuck? I don't know if you guys saw that, but some wild cat decided to just ran in front of this church right here while I was filming a video. Looked like a baby kitten. Someone's cat's obviously on the loose right now. Sure, someone's looking for it. But still, you know, it's like if the world didn't end in 2012, we would still be on the original Earth right now. And if the Mayan disaster didn't happen, we would still be on Earth. Will COVID-19 still happen? Probably not. What type of future will we get? Will we get an AI future, or will we get a Fruitico Arrow? We would probably get a Fruitico Arrow future. Because you saw how in 2012, right? You saw how in 2012 they promised a future, right? Like you saw how in 2012 they promised a future, right? They were gonna promise us oh shit. They promised us Fruco Arrow. They promised us Fruco Arrow. They promised us a good, positive future. And they even promised us, like, all the good shit. But in 2013, Fruco Arrow ended. In 2013, Fruco Arrow ended. Crazy how in 2013 that Fruco Arrow ended. Fucking wild, man, am I right? In 2013, Fruco Arrow ended. And then, besides that, you know, they did promise us a positive, good future. But that future never came. Because since the world ended, we are not on that timeline anymore. We are not in that universe anymore. And they sold us a facade. They sold us a lie. The elites in 2012 sold us a lie. That we were going to be in a good, positive future. We didn't get sold that. We were sold a light reset, a mild reset. And then, once the Mayan calendar ended and once 2012 happened, the world ended. So I'm like, what is there to say? There's nothing to say. Because the creepy elites can't do anything about it. Like, the creepy elites can't do anything about it. And since the creepy elites can't do anything about it, you know, I'm like, what is there to do? There's nothing to do, and there's nothing to promise. So, like, what is there to promise? There's nothing to promise. Because the elites sold us a lie. Because 2012 was originally supposed to be the future. 2012 was supposed to be what we were promised. They promised us an actual eco-friendly future. They actually promised us an actual eco-friendly future. They promised that the future would be better than 2011 or 2010. They promised us that we would get Fruco Arrow. They promised us that we would get a good, great future. They sold us a lie, people. These elites sold us a lie. And then, like it or hate it, these people are fascist. And then AI came out in 2012. So it's either we are in hell, in purgatory, in a fake, you know, stitched together copy of Earth, or, I don't know. They want to screw us over, guys. They want to screw us over. And they sold us the lie that 2012 would, in fact, be the future. When, in fact, 2012 is the reset. And they don't even care, guys, because they don't even care. Because the elites, they don't care. And it's crazy. Because we were sold a fascist lie. We were sold a lie. We were sold a false future. If the world didn't actually end in 2012, and if we weren't sent to sequence 9, sequence 0, we would still be on the original, actual, real Earth right now. which the real Earth, if it still existed, would be so much better than it would be right now. No AI. No Cyberpunk 77 universe. No dystopian timeline. We would actually be in real years rather than fake stitched together from dying timelines, y'all. Like, think about it, guys. If we did not have the 2012 disaster, and if we didn't have the 2012 Mayan disaster, like, we would actually be in the real, actual world right now. And that we would actually be in real years. Not replicas from dying timelines. No fake years from dying timelines. If you really think about it. Because if you really think about it, if the 2012 disaster didn't happen, we will be in real years right now. We will be on the real Earth right now. Because we're not on the real Earth anymore. This is not 2025. This is a replica from dying timelines. We are in a replica of dying timelines. We are not in real years anymore, guys. I'm going to repeat myself. We are not in real years anymore, guys. We are in a replica stitched together from dying timelines. And since that we're in a replica stitched together from dying timelines, we are not, in that, realm anymore. And I swore I saw a dime on the ground. So, I'm hoping I could get this. I thought that was a dime, but hold on. Thought that was a dime, but that's actually part of the pavement. What do I think it's a dime for? But yeah, guys, we are in a replica stitched together from dying timelines. And since we are in a replica stitched together from dying timelines, this ain't the real world anymore. And, it's wild to think about, man. It's just wild to think about. Because it's honestly just wild to think about. Because, yeah. And think about it. Because imagine being in a real year rather than a replica full of dying timelines. Like, imagine being in a real 2013. Imagine being in a real 2013. Imagine being in a real 2020. Not like the 2020 fake 2020, but a real 2020. Not like the fake COVID 2020 update that was got in the Sequence 9 video game. No. I'm not talking about that 2020. I'm talking about an entire different 2020. The real 2020. The real 2020. The real 2013. The real. I'm talking about the real, the legit, the good shit. Not the dying timelines of fake replica shit. I'm talking about the real 2020. I'm not talking about Sequence 9. And I'm not talking about the COVID-19 file. No, I'm not talking about the COVID-19 file. I am not talking about the COVID-19 computer file, or I'm not talking about the file COVID-19 Trojan, or I'm not talking about the COVID-19 Trojan virus, computer virus, that was supposed to infect the NPCs in, Simulation 9 or Sequence 9. No, I'm not talking about the COVID-19 Trojan EXE virus that's supposed to be in Sequence 9, Sequence 0. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, the real 2020. The 2020 that we never got. I'm talking about the 2020 we never got. The 2020 that was supposed to happen in our old timeline. Because if the world never ended in 2012, Pikachu would still have a black tail tip. And since if the world never ended in 2012, Pikachu would still have a black tail tip. And think about the 2020s, the real 2020s. Not this fake replica dying timeline purgatory 2020. I'm talking about the real 2020s. The 2020s we never got. I'm talking about Fruitico Aero. I'm talking about Windows Water Edition. I'm talking about Windows W Edition. I'm talking about Windows F. I'm talking the future. And I'm talking about real eco future. I'm not talking about the cyberpunk shit. I'm talking about the real eco-friendly. I'm talking about the real eco and friendly environment. I'm not talking about the Cyberpunk 77 shit. No, we're not talking about that. I am talking about Fruitico Aero. I'm talking about the Arrowverse. The Fruitico Arrowverse. I'm talking about the Arrowverse, not the Cyberpunk 77 verse. And imagine if we got the real 2020, not like the fake 2020 from dying timelines, not like the fake 2020, but the real 2020. The 2020 that no one got. The actual good 2020. And the actual good 2025. I'm not talking about the fake 2025. I'm not talking about fake 2025. I'm talking about if the world didn't end in 2012. And us being in this purgatory realm called Sequence 9, Sequence 0. And I'm here preaching the truth. Because, the analog horror videos are right. And the analog horror videos are right. The analog horror videos are telling the truth. And think about it. Because, once this end of this fake holder realm happens, we either get two options. We can either, one, merge with AI, or we can either get out of the Matrix. But if Sequence 9 ends, and if Sequence 9, Sequence 0 ends, and then if option 1 or 2 doesn't happen, but then we end up waking up in 2012 again, like the last 13 years was a dream, I'd be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'd be like, what type of 13-minute experience was that? Like, what type of 13-minute drug experience was that? I'm like, bruh, we just left 2012, we ended up in a fake 2020, we ended up in a fake 2025, and then COVID-19 is nothing but a dream? COVID-19 is nothing but a Trojan virus? And then imagine you just end up waking up, and then imagine the last 13 years were fake, and then imagine you ended up in a fake 2013 to like fake 2025, and then you realize that COVID-19 was fake, and then you search up COVID-19 like real 2012, and then you end up finding out that COVID-19 is just a Trojan computer virus. It's supposed to infect like AI, and it's supposed to infect your computer, like bro, what type of fucking ending would that be? Like, what type of fucking ending would that be? So imagine at the end of Sequence 9, Sequence 0 happens, and imagine once the AI merge happens, and then imagine the end of Sequence 9, Sequence 0, and we don't get option 1 or 2, but then imagine we just end up back in 2012, or wake up in 2012 and realize the last 13 years was a dream. Imagine that it was only 13 minutes, like 13 metaphor minutes, and that 2020 was fake, and that COVID was fake, and COVID was nothing but a simulation dream. And imagine if it was just a freaking VR dream, or imagine it was some, like, freaking drug. Like, imagine the end of 2012 happened. Like, imagine on 12/21/2012. Like, imagine December 21st, 2012, right? Imagine since the end of the world was happening that day, and imagine if they give us LSD. Imagine if they gave us shroom mushrooms, and then they put us into this continuity program, and then they put us into the simulation continuity program that's supposed to look like Earth Sequence 9, but then since this fake realm is breaking down, we end up back in 2012, and then we realize that all of it was fake. And then we end up back in the real Earth, and then we end up thinking, oh, wow, it was all just a dream. And then you search up what COVID-19 is back in the real 2012, and then COVID-19 was actually some Trojan computer virus that is supposed to infect Windows computers, and you're like, oh, shit. And imagine the entire time we were nothing but computer files, and nothing that we were just hosts. Like, imagine if we were just programs, and imagine if we were just stabilization units. Like, bro, that would be the fucking weirdest ending. That would be like the most weirdest ending to the simulation. If that were to happen. And then imagine we go to the real 2025, I would be like, bro, the real 2025 would be much better than this fake stitched together from dying timelines, man. Like, if the real 2025 happened, the real 2025 would be way better than this fake 2025 full of dying timelines and full of fake stitched together shit. And then imagine we go to the real 2020, and then COVID never existed in the real 2020, and then you get Fruit Go Arrow, and then you get Windows Water Edition, and then apparently you get some alternate history. And look, guys, and even with the physics, guys, so think about this road right here, okay? Think about this road right here. Imagine you end up waking up in 2012 again, and then you imagine you just decide to drive a car, and imagine you just decide to drive 10 over the speed limit. Like, imagine you decide to speed 45 in a 35, and then 45 feels like fucking 70, 75 miles an hour, man. Because I remember back in the day that speed actually felt real. Like, I remember back in the day, I know this is like a weird Mandela effect, but back in the day, I had a weird Mandela effect that speed was actually faster back in the day. Like, I had this weird Mandela effect that speed was actually faster back in the day. Because if you go 10 over the speed limit, like if you go 45 and a 35, 45 would feel like 70, 75. And then 50 would feel like 80. And then if you go 70, that would feel like 140, 150 miles an hour on this road. Because you could be speeding 70 on this road. It will feel like 140, 150 back in 2012. Because the physics was different, guys. Like, the physics was different. And then the food was actually real back then. Because food back then tasted real. The physics was different, guys. And then Pikachu had a black tail tip. And then, you know, it was fucking crazy. Because, yeah, you know, physics actually felt real back in the day. And then you could just go 45 on this road and be like, holy shit, that was like 75 miles an hour. Even though it was like 40 miles an hour. Like, even though it was like freaking 40, you know, I felt like 70, 75. And then imagine we just get Windows Fruit Go Arrow Water Edition. Like, bro. And then imagine we go to the real 2013, not the fake 2013. And then, you know, hey, we're in the real Earth again. And then guess what? We're not dead anymore. Because, oh yeah, the last 13 years was fake. It was all a dream, kids. But yeah, kind of crazy, right? It sure is. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe to the Red Pill channel. Let me know, guys. I want to let you guys know something quickly. What do you guys saw of this video? What do you guys think of this video? Do you think it's awesome? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's great? Let me know. I might make another video. Like, I might make a, like, post-loot video. I might make another video talking about, like, what would have happened if the world didn't end in 2012. Like, I'm going to make another post-loot video explaining what could have happened if the world didn't end in 2012. Because I'm already starting to have a great conversation if the world didn't end in 2012. And I'm going to make a post-loot to this. So yeah, anyways, guys, end of video. So yeah.